My introduction again. My name is Robin, and I will show you today IP solution with our Lift emergency systems. I will go through Easygate IP and Lift one, the easiest one what we have. Then I will go through the pure IP solution called Lift IP. I will show you Liftgate with Lift IP and the advantage of Liftgate. Our pure modular system Liftgate, and then I will show a little bit of the elevator center for our lift portfolio. Yeah, just some organization stuff. If you have any kind of question, there is a question and answer, so you can use it. We will answer it. What we can answer during the session will be answered. What not, I will send you some kind of resume of this session. So first stuff is our Easygate IP, which I do have here. If I disconnect all cables, it's simple gateway which has a battery backup. Yeah, it's connected through the mobile network, through the LTE. So you don't care about any cables. About the diagram, you can see that it can be in the machine room installed, and then the connection is quite easy. Only simple 2 wires with a connector. You will just plug it to this one port, and basically that's the installation of wires. Of course, it needs a power supply, so I will connect power supply, and it has a battery backup. So in case of any power failure, it will switch automatically to batteries. What is it and those advantages? Basically, there is integrated SIP, so you can SIP client, you can register it to your existing IPPBX. The advantage is that by today there are some issues with DTMFs, that some communication might be lost and so on. By the SIP, as we send the SIP messages, you will not have those kind of issue. Of course, it supports CPC and P100 protocol for integration with existing call centers, and Easygate IP has a web interface for configuration. For very first configuration, basically it's plug and play, so you can just connect it and program one number when you will call, and the configuration is done. There is nothing else what you need. In case of usage of SIP, of course, you need to insert the SIP credential. I will show you where in a few minutes. Yeah, how to program a Lift one, which we have here. It's simple COP unit, which you will hide behind the panel. My demo is quite easy. I have only alarm button and then a telephone line which is connected to the Easygate IP. Of course, there are more inputs like a cancel, which can filter alarm calls, but I will show you just the simple call through the PBX integration. How can it be configured? There are a few ways. One is that you will connect a machine room units. That's basically the phone with in the machine room unit, so you can directly call to the cabin and program the unit, or the let's say the thing which I like on this unit on Easygate IP is that you can send simple SMS and it will configure it automatically. So there is a format for the SMS what I have configured, and when I send it, it confirms you that everything was okay, and you can start using the device. So it is quite quick configuration of the device. Yeah, how to configure the Easygate IP. I will show you the web interface. Just a second, I will switch my window. I have it here. I will go through. Just a second, I will share it in a moment. Okay, 1 second, opening. Normally you can go through the USB cable. So there is a connector USB-C, but I will go through the cloud, which I will show you in the end. And my sharing window is just here. Moment. Here. So you should see now the window. Yeah. Default password is 2N, and default username is admin, and you enter to the Easygate IP. Yeah. So this is basically the menu, and only if you will use a SIP, then you will need to go to the SIP, and there is a basic setting for it. That's what you need to set up. I am using our proper cloud, so for our demo. So this is what I already set up. As you can see, there is standard things from the PBX or from any VoIP provider. Yeah, you save the changes, and that's basically all you need to do. If you see that you don't have a data, of course you need to set up APN for internet connection, because we are going through the SIM card, not through any one port or whatever. The call is not done directly from the Easygate IP, but it's done from the Lift one, which is connected to the Easygate IP. So, yeah, the quick demonstration about call, if you are in the cabin and then press the call. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, I need to switch the camera, just a second. Okay, switching camera. Okay, you should see me now. So I will check just papers. I will connect the FXS. I will enable my phone that you can see the call is coming here. And I will press the button. Okay, the LED is on, so it is now calling through the void. It's not standard GSM call. Yeah. Okay. I can call back to the device. Yeah. So now I will call 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, you can test it by you. Yeah. So that basically is the IP solution what we can offer by Easygate IP. Don't forget that it's wireless. There are no other cables, just really 2 wires in the cabin, and then the registration to SIP. Of course, if you don't have a SIP registration, you can still use it like standard GSM calls or VoLTE calls. Okay, I will switch again to the presentation, and I will show you what we have next. Yeah. This one. Oh, sorry. Okay, perfect. So this is our Easygate IP, and the next one we have Lift IP. What is Lift IP? Lift IP is really pure IP solution, which is a UTP connector on it, and you need to have some Ethernet in the cabin. As it is pure IP solution. There is no gateway, there is no other connection between, just like it is on the scheme. So yeah, I will show you how it looks like. Of course, we have a COP version. We have switch the camera now, and it supports all the protocols. How it is programmed? Again, it has a web interface, so basically you will just enter through the proper IP of the device, and you can start to configure. It's PoE, so just what you need is it's one Ethernet cable. You don't need anything else on this device. And like bonus, it supports video calls. You can use any IP camera stream from the network, which I will show you how to configure it to make it work together. Yeah, I will switch to the configuration again. Yeah, I need to this one. Just a second. I will go here and share my screen. Perfect. So this is like first page of the or login page of Liftgate IP. Again, default name and password is admin and 2N. I've changed it already. And this is the menu, how it looks like when you connect for very first time. What you need to do here is just create a user for emergency call. So you can simply here create any kind of number. We support also direct calls. Direct calls I will demonstrate with the Liftgate. Direct call means that you can call any IP device in the network without any proxy. So it means you don't need to register it. You will just put here this kind of IP address, and it will start to call the destination. I am using again SIP proxy, so I will not store the setting, and I will show you how it works. Here in the purple menu we have a lift setting and the phone setting, which is important. This is the proxy registration. In case you will use a proxy, this is the part what you need to set up. You can see that it's very similar to the Easygate IP. Basically, that's what the IT guy should provide you on the installation. And the last step is just to set up alarm call. Alarm call, you need to find the destination where you want to call. I will change it to the emergency number. I will store it. You can test the alarm call. So if you are not sure if you have tested properly and you are sitting somewhere in the server room, easily you can test the call by this button. And you can see that it's quite quick reaction. You cannot see it because I'm sharing my screen, but I will show you. And the last thing here to set up, if you are using camera, then you need to go to the hardware, and there is external camera. And here you have a setting for the camera. This is some kind of standard stream for access cameras, which you just fill the IP address and the URL behind. And here your username and password for connection. All those stuff, again, you should receive it from the IT guy. If you are not sure, we can for sure help to find the correct stream. So this is how to connect any kind of external camera, which I have here, the Axis one. So to show you the device, I will just stop the sharing of my screen, and I will switch to the camera. And I will move myself here, and I will show you the connection, how it is done. Yeah, this is the device basically. It has only, here is connected only the Ethernet, there is nothing else. So it's really simple, you are plugged. Then it's PoE, so no other cable. It's COP version with a metal plate, so there is integrated button on it, and you just have to wait for the connection. The camera, the IP camera, is connected in the same switch, so basically that's the only thing what you need. And yeah, and you can make it.
Your call is being connected.
Yeah, I'm in front of my phone. Yeah, and it's calling, so I will answer it. I have auto confirmation because this is the application for receiving the calls. And I am waiting for.
The call has ended.
Okay, I end the call. I can call back, of course, which I want to show. And I'm waiting for the video. I'm going through the mobile phone, so the connection is quite slow. Okay, we'll see the Liftgate. So this is the Lift IP in case you have Ethernet in the travel cable. This is basically the condition to get it work, that you need always UTP in the traveling cable. If you put directly Lift IP in there. Okay, I will stop this one. I will switch back to the presentation. In case you don't have any Ethernet in the traveling cable, we have a solution how to solve this issue. You can see here a Liftgate scheme. The Liftgate is the yellow. It's the yellow box on the top of the cabin. So then you can see it. It allows you to connect through the LTE, or you can use existing one port on the device. One port, it means that you can connect it to the infrastructure of the building. What does it offer? It does offer the just two wire in the cabin. You can see there is a, let's try if I can point it. There is just those two wires into the cabin, and on top of the cabin, I will show you later, there is a cabin switch where you can connect up to 4 IP devices. It means that you can connect IP camera, you can connect any IP there. In our case, it's Lift IP2, and like bonus, you can connect I don't know, card reader, some kind of display, or whatever is on IP. Advantage of this solution is also the battery backup. Everything what is connected to the PoE, it's powered backed up by the central unit of Liftgate, and and you can make, of course, emergency call through WAN or LTE. Just here, this is not like on Easygate that in case of emergency you can make direct GSM calls. Here you need to use always some kind of SIP registration for correct behavior of the IP device inside of the cabin. Yeah, this is the, let's say, market what is important here, that we are going on 2 wire in the cabin and everything is connected to the internet. The 2 wire, it's about 100 megabits, so it's okay for video streams. It supports video streams and video calls. Those 2 ports are PoE, so it can power the lift communicator and IP camera, for example. The rest two are not PoE, but you can use any kind of power which is normally available on the cabin. It's web configuration inside, and we support OpenVPN. It means that you can access the device remotely from your office, for example, and you can access to the, if you connect the display, you can remotely upload some kind of images to the display, or you can change configuration in the card reader for remote access, and so on. Yeah, I will show you again the config. Just a second that I will switch from here to the web page. Also, I will show you how to access it remotely and how to set it up. Okay, 1 second. Just switching between windows and sharing my window. Here. Yeah, okay. Again, default password it's 2N. I already changed it. And this is the menu of Liftgate. First of all, you can here see the status of the device. And in networking, which is important part, you can see if you have internet connection, that means that ping is okay. And you can see here the IP. I'm using the WAN port, so I'm going through the WAN. And here the important part is that we have some devices connected directly to the device. So to the cabin switch or whatever we connect. Yes, it does have the DHCP integrated, so you don't need to care about IP addresses. It will be assigned automatically. Configuration, how to configure it. In case of SIM cards, again, you need to provide the APN if you are connected. In routing, you are choosing whenever you go through the WAN port or you are going through the mobile network. So you can choose, or even you can choose a backup solution. In case of failure, you can go through the WAN or you can go through the mobile network. Yeah, this is the APN in case of SIM card, like on the Easygate IP. Some network providers needs it, some of them don't, so just be aware of it. In case you don't have data, you will see it on the status page. What's important here is this part, port forwarding. I already set it up to make it a little bit quicker here. This is how you can access device remotely from anywhere in the building, or in case of usage of OpenVPN, remotely from your office. Or if you have the public IP of the Liftgate, then you can of course use port forwarding directly. Here it means that if you want to connect for example, to the Lift IP, we will go through the port 4000, and the internal network of the device is this one. So, and I am accessing the port for web configuration, which in case of Lift IP is 443. How it works in real, I'll show you here. You can see that I use the IP address of the Liftgate, which is here up. And then I am using the port which I set up. So it's quite easy. And I'm directly in the unit without being connected directly to the Liftgate. So the setup is quite easy. Yeah, and I can do everything what I need to do here in the setting of Lift IP. The same is for the camera. So I can access camera through the port 3000, which I set up, and also our another product, which is for the access control. I can access the access unit for cards or Bluetooth. I can create users and so on. So This is big advantage, and everything I will show you on the live connection, it's done through the two cables, two wires only. So I believe it's quick and easy setting. Of course, there are many other settings like the OpenVPN and so on. So you can even set up OpenVPN, but for our demo here, I will switch to the camera. Just a second. This one. So the connection, I will disconnect everything here. Just so you can see what I have here for the boxes. Yeah, this is the liftgate. It has some status LEDs, so every time you see if you have mobile data, if you are going through one and so on. So this is the connection. Here you are connecting the cabin switch. Currently you can connect two, yeah. And here is just the two wire which is going through the traveling cable. So I will connect it. This is the cabin switch which is on the top of the cabin. So you will place it there. You will connect just one connector. You don't need any external power. Everything is going from the liftgate. And here you have the 4 ports, 4 LAN ports. 2 of them are PoE, 2 of them are without PoE. So you will just connect the Ethernet of Lift IP, and you will connect the IP camera. This is not IP camera. Just a second. And this is the IP camera. I will connect it. I just need to wait that it boots up. Yeah. And on the cabin switch on the liftgate, of course, there are 4 ports. This is the one port, so I've connected directly the internet from the building, and I have connected here. There is one PoE on the main unit, so I've connected a control access here for the demonstration. So let's see if it already boots up. Almost. Okay, so in the alarm call, again, I've already reset it from our cloud. And yeah, I will make the alarm call. It should be quick.
Please wait. Your call is being connected.
Yeah, it's really quick because of the internet, and I have directly the call. And I'm going through the network, and there's the camera. I can demonstrate maybe. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, but yeah.
The call has ended.
So that's how works your Liftgate, which can help you in solution where you don't have UTP or you need more IP connectivity in the cabin of the elevator. Okay, I will switch again to the presentation. Presentation is here. Yeah, so that's it. This is, I believe, lots of you know this product, but I included it here. It's pure, I don't know how to call it exactly, but it's a modular system. It means that you can choose any audio unit you need, and it supports up to 8 cabins which can be connected directly to the system. From the scheme, it's here. The important part is that, again, to the traveling cable, they are going only to wires. So you are not using any other cables in cabin, just those two which are providing all the necessary like power, signaling, voice, and so on. Each shaft can have up to 4 units. So let's say in total you can have more than 40 units connected directly to the Liftgate. For each shaft you will need a spare splitter. Splitter it's connected with 6 wires, but let's say it's for just the machine rooms, so it will be on the top of the building or in the last floor. So you will put it there, and into the shaft again there are only 2 wires, nothing else. Another thing what is supported by this solution is the fireman solution. It means that it can be used for fireman lifts. Fireman means that there is established call between cabin and machine room and the call center, and the call is without time limit, so the firemen can communicate with other firemen inside of the cabin when it's not escaping, but when you are leaving the building with passengers. The configuration is done again through the SMS. It can be done through the voice menu, so you can call it or it directly from the machine room unit. I have it there. I will show it later how it looks like. And the most important here, if you want the IP connectivity here, you just need to have the Ethernet in the machine room where will be placed the Liftgate. There is no other IP connectivity in the cabin, so you can directly use the infrastructure of the building, but from the machine room unit. That's the, let's say, like hybrid solution for the IP. Yeah, okay, I will show it live how it works. Just this one, I need to disable the screen. I will switch to camera. This one. Yeah, okay. So I will show you the device, how it works. Yes, I'm the camera. This is the machine room. So it has a keypad, so you can program. You can call any unit in the system. This is the central unit, and there is a module which you need to choose for the IP connectivity. It's a small one, so you will just place it. In case you have a GSM or PSTN, you can change it to the VoIP or vice versa. It's a really plug and play, so you will just connect it and you will configure it. And then there are just 2 wires connected directly to the central unit, for example, machine room unit, or you can go directly to the shaft and have IP solution for more audio units. This is the splitter. It's connected with 6 wires. I don't know if you can see it very well, but hopefully yes. And then I have connected 2 or more units to the splitter. The setting is easy. Each unit has unique hardware address, so the splitter needs to have unique unique hardware address in the system. Here I am not connected to the cloud. I am calling directly to IP phone. It can be combined. You can have SIP registration, and you can have like backup direct IP phone in the building, and then the alarm here is going directly to the phone. So I can answer the call. Yeah, and the call. How to set up direct calls on the Liftgate? I will show you. That's I think the easiest part of the configuration, because we are not registering anything in in the cloud or to any VoIP provider. So really, if in the building they want just simple calls receiving on some IP phone, you don't need to struggle out with SIP registration. You can call directly the phone. So I will show you the setting. Share my screen. This one. Liftgate is the, let's say, unique thing which don't have the web configuration, so you need a software called Liftgate Service Tool, the same software we are using for Lift One. So there, if you need, for example, upgrade the unit, you need the software. But here, the connection can be done through the USB. There is on site is USB, so for first configuration, you will need it. And then, I'll show you from the beginning. Yeah, I'm connecting through the IP because I know the IP. In case of USB, you will just choose here the USB. Default password is 2N. There is no username, so that's the easy part. And here we are in the configuration. This is the alarm number, 011, and I put there the IP address of the IP phone. That's all here what you need to do in case of direct calls to some IP phone. In case you don't want to use DHCP, you need to switch it off because in direct calls it's better to have static IP addresses. So I've set up the static IP for Liftgate. And if you want to see which lift is calling, then here in the VoIP part, you are just setting display name. So this is what you can see on the display of the IP phone. Here the tricky part is that if you have multiple shafts connected to one central unit, don't forget that there is only one IP address. And if you want to see which lift is calling you exactly, you need to put there the hash and S and the letter S. This means that it will show you on the display lift 8 and the number. So we will tell you that it's calling shaft number 1, 2, 3 up to 8. That's, let's say, the trick how to see which unit is calling you on the display of the phone in case of direct calls. If you are for the first time on the installation and you can use this software, I also recommend you to use surveillance, because in surveillance you can see connected units to the system. So you can see that in the shaft 1 I don't have any communicator, but in the second one I have those two. Okay. Just out of the note, the machine room unit can be shared between all units in the system. So it means that you don't need more machine rooms for each shaft. It can be set up for sharing between shafts. Cool. So I will switch again to the presentation. And this is here. Here and share. Okay. And my and my last part here, that's the elevator center. That's let's say our cloud solution is based on Amazon, and this cloud access allows you to access remotely to any Easygate IP, to any Liftgate or Lift IP version 2. You can upgrade remotely on those units. You can monitor those units and of course configure. How it works in reality, I will show you again on the demo. So just let me share with you the screen. And this is here. Perfect. So on the elevator center, I will just look out. This is the page, elevatorcenter.mytooln.com, and you will put your credential, and this is your, let's say, all devices which you have. You can create structural devices, so if you want to divide it for countries or for products or whatever, you can create your structure, and then you can see here currently those information that the device is online or is offline. So I will remove Lift IP version 2, and I will show you how to add it to the system. Okay, so to see that it's really quick, so I will call it Lift IP 0. You will put serial number, and you will put security code. Security code, normally you will find a card inside of the box, or you can see it in the configuration of the product. I can show you where. This one, I will show you where you can find it in the web interface. It's in system, in auto provisioning, and here you have all the stuffs like serial number and security code. So you will add it here. You can see that it's synchronizing, it means, or pending, it means that it's checking some kind of certification process and so on the background. And I have it there. So this is what you can see on the Lift IP version 2. Okay, you can access it remotely. So if in case you don't have Liftgate and port forwarding and so on, and you want still have some kind of overview of your devices, you can access to the device remotely. You can see that there is no IP. There is created VPN connection between the cloud and the device automatically. Okay, so if I access it, I can configure whatever I need to do on the device directly from home or from any place where I have internet. What I can see more on the devices like Easygate IP, I can see status of batteries, I can see where I am connected, and here I don't need to go through the web interface of the device. I can put directly here some VoIP setting of the device. Just you will click on edit, and you can edit all the parameters directly from here. So if you have data connection on the Easygate IP and you want to use SIP connection, you don't need to enter to the programming menu of Easygate IP. Another advantage of this solution, if you have some kind of common setting or default setting, there are templates. Templates mean that you can upload here default configuration for all your devices, and it will automatically upload it to the device. So you don't need to configure anything, just what you need to change. So this is big advantage of the cloud solution too. Yes. So basically that's it from the IP solution. So I will give you a place for questions and answers, so I can check what's there. I can stop the sharing. Yeah. So if do you have any question for the products? For me, just to if I recapitulate it, the Easygate IP, it's pure wireless solution with IP, Lift IP version 2, it's directly connected to some infrastructure in the building and with Ethernet in the cabin. Liftgate, it can simulate you the Ethernet in the traveling cable with 2 wires only, and you can use up to 4 devices in the cabin. And then the hybrid solution called Liftgate, which has where you need to have the Ethernet cable in the machine room. Yeah, and then the possibility of monitoring the newest products we have, like Easygate IP, Lift IP version 2, and Liftgate. So yeah, that's it. So any question? We have some time, so yeah, you can ask whatever you want. Okay, so seems that I was clear. Okay, then thank you for your attention. I hope that you saw that the connection between the units is really quite easy. There is nothing tricky or hidden behind. Yeah, and looking forward for the next on air when it comes. So thank you very much for your attention and have a nice day.